Live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Welcome to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show, presented by Scott K. Nichols and State Farm Insurance. And now, here's your hosts, Brandon Reef and Jonathan Birdsong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio. Sorry, the mic is a little close. Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 343. I'm your host, Brandon Reef, joined as always by my main man, Jonathan Birdsong. JB, how are you?
Live from Indianapolis. It's the Crossroads Sports Show, man. I'm doing just fine, man. You know, the spring is sprung here in Circle City, man. I couldn't be more happier, man. But I know we got a ton of sports to kind of conquer, man. So where you want to start at tonight?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm checking your video feed because on mine you're cutting out, but
oh man, I'm on the Wi-Fi, man. Don't start this.
Checking your video feed. Okay, I think you might be all right for now. Maybe it's just on my feed and the original feed you're good. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got NBA playoffs, obviously the Indiana Pacers. We'll talk them. We'll talk the other series that are going on. We've got finished recaps from the NFL draft that we had. I know we talked a little bit Sunday night on things. So a little bit of finish with that. The month of May, we have the Indy 500 going on this month. We got the mini marathon here in Indianapolis locally on Saturday. And we have the Kentucky Derby this Saturday as well. And I've got my picks. I've got a horse that I have part ownership in that is running Friday of tomorrow in the Oaks. So looking forward to that. So we'll talk all that and more tonight. But I think we got to start, John. I think we got to start with the Indiana Pacers. And the first clip I want to play here before we go into the game itself and the series was from 107.5, The Fan, Mark Boyle and Eddie Gill. The call that they had for that game was just incredible as always. So,
they'll go to the backcourt. Porter tracks it down, puts it on the floor, feeds it to the front court. They get it to Trent. Almost. He did lose it. He fumbled it out of bounds. He fumbled it out of bounds.
You got to be kidding me.
And now the Pacers can go ahead with 10 seconds to play.
Here we go.
Here comes Halliburton. Hits the timeline with 7. Outside the arc with 5. Driving in the lane at the goal. He lays it in with 1 3/10 seconds to go. Milwaukee has no timeouts. They have to go the length. Ball is going to be played in by Antetokounmpo. He gets it to Trent, and this one is over. Unbelievable.
Sweet baby.
unbelievable, John. That game had the highs, the lows. The Pacers started out down by 20 in the first quarter, and I was like, all right, guys, let's get some shit together. They battled back, and then it turned into the Gary Trent game in the fourth quarter and overtime, just whopping 3 balls on the Pacers. And then it happened. The down by 7 or 8 with 40 seconds to go, and Milwaukee just crumbled.
Crumbled at the end, yeah.
Your thoughts on that? Were you awake for the end? Because I was texting you like crazy.
No, I missed overtime, so shame on me. But like, no, man, for the Pacers to battle back, shooting 17% in the first quarter from the floor. That's not from 3, that's from the total floor. Just not good at all. The turnovers abundant, but they got big. Like I said, they got back into it because nobody wants to be in a 7-game series with superstar Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the stat sheet in front of me and like what he averaged. You know, in this gentleman's sweep, the Pacers just kind of dished out to him. But I know it's in the, you know what I'm saying, plus 20, you know what I'm saying, double, you know, and double-digit rebounds. You know, we know what Giannis kind of does on night, if not even high average assists. So he kind of is, you know what I'm saying, everything for them. So and you know, so I kind of just get to the last play, man. Tyrese has Giannis on not necessarily on the island because we know Giannis can cover. And you know what I'm saying, he makes the play, makes the layup, man. You know, and unfortunately, man, we're not necessarily that the media is not necessarily kind of focused. We're the media, you know what I'm saying? We're not necessarily focused on that part of the game in that game winner. It's a sensational, you know what I'm saying, in game winner, because of the after of the game. So I know the after effect, and it wasn't this. I know, you know what I'm saying, we can probably, you got your opinion, I got my opinion on Tyrese Halliburton's father, but like, nah, man, there was some other weirdness kind of happened. Brandon, I like, dude, I followed the tape, man. You know what I mean, man? Like, what the hell was Giannis doing grabbing Ben Matherin's head?
Yeah, what was he saying there?
Fuck, I do. Like, I love you, brother. I don't know, man, but you're not grabbing the back of my
Or-
house, bro.
And
Nah,
Matherin's
man.
a crazy guy that he takes a lot of shit serious. So
Yeah, and like I said, it took away from, you know what I'm saying, some of the highs and lows of the game, you know what I'm saying, and the Pacers, you know, gritting it out, like I said, really gritting it out. But like, yeah, man, it was, and then like I said, then you have the, you know what I'm saying, Tyrese Halliburton dad, you know what I'm saying, I don't even know his first name. It's Tyrese Halliburton dad.
John Halliburton, because
Yeah,
apparently, well, first off, Decott is talking like he's best friends with the dad. So if that's the case, then why ain't your ass sitting on the floor with him? That's one.
Speaking into the
Two.
business.
And you saw our group chat earlier today. Listen,
Together.
mommies and daddies need to stay off the court. I don't care if you're John Halliburton, if you're John Morant's daddy, if you're Queen Latifah's mom, if you're LeBron James's mom. I don't care who you are. Stay off the court. If it was anybody else, their ass would be shuffled out of there. But the problem is, I'm not going to blame John Halliburton all of it. I'm going to blame the Pacers organization, Pacers Sports and Entertainment. I'm going to blame them for this because they allow this type of behavior the last couple seasons Tyrese has been here. Because, you know, we don't want to scare. We don't want to upset our star player. Who gives a shit? You have the rule's the rule. Keep him off the floor. If you want to sit in your front seat and cheer and boo and do all, I have no problem with that. Just keep your ass off the floor. There's no reason for you to be on the floor after the game.
Yeah,
that soon after a game. No reason.
Especially when, you know what I'm saying, tempers are running high and definitely pair our season, and everybody's not claiming that they didn't use explicit, you know what I'm saying, bad words.
And then he lied. Yeah, I got the audio. Play the audio. This is John Halliburton.
But hold on, Brandon, before you go into that, so like once you said I'm sorry, Giannis, once you said I'm sorry, Pacers, like I don't do no more interviews like to go talk about it. My guys went on an award tour, you know what I'm saying, explaining to Fox Sports, explaining to whoever else will listen to him. Like he wants to be a star, man. He's living vicariously on the floor through his son, and he wants to be a star, man. But yeah,
this isn't WWE. Like you can't just insert yourself.
That ain't what the homie said last week, but yeah, this ain't WWE, man. But like, no, man, play the tape, man. It's a little, I don't know, it's a little egomaniacal to me.
Yep.
When I turned, it might have seemed like I was looking at him, but I really wasn't. I was looking through him.
Bullshit.
That's how I was in the moment. I know it looked like I was staring him down, you know, but it wasn't like that. It was in the moment as if I was looking right through him. And yes, I had the banner in my hand going, and I was yelling, yay, yay, yay. Giannis never said anything to me.
Ain't no way he said yay.
There was no.
Why would Giannis lie? That's
When
one.
Giannis went
Here we go.
face with John near his baseline seats a few moments later.
He grabbed my hands. He put his forehead on my forehead, and he said, disrespect me. Don't effing disrespect me.
Probably did say that.
I said to him, I was not trying to disrespect you, which I wasn't. I'm telling you, I did not do that on purpose. I really did not. And then I said to him, I love you. He said back to me, I love you. We patted chest. He gave us a thumbs up, and he walked away.
So, like I said, I don't have a problem with John Halliburton. I have a problem with the Pacers and the fact that they let this type of behavior happen to where it went overboard like this. And one thing it does in the media, it took away from the game for the Pacers spotlight. It put this in front circle and made us as an organization look like a circus. And it also didn't make Tyrese Halliburton look good because there was so many jokes. He was at the butt of so many jokes.
You gotta go back and chastise your dad. Can you imagine?
Right.
I spoke to my dad about it, and he knows he's in the wrong. Like, dude, like, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody came to see, John Halliburton. Nobody came to see John Halliburton. No. And if that is how the Pacers do, like, man, the last person you kind of run it up on is Giannis. Just bad optics all the way around. Maybe they need to stop serving some of that prime bourbon. You know what I'm saying? They serve, man.
So Scott K. Nichols says he sounds like Reggie Sykes. Well, it might be his twin. I don't know. And then the Pacers came out today and said they spoke to John Halberton themselves, and that he is an indefinite leave for future home and road Pacers games. I think that might be a little too much. I understand. And listen, I was just criticizing the whole thing, but I think you maybe do this series. Hey, John, you can't be at these games here during the series, or you can't be on the floor. We got you up in a suite or something.
Look at Brandon Reed. You don't want to go scorch earth?
No, man, I don't want to go scorch earth. I got scorch earth for somebody else coming up soon.
I know off-season fishing, but T. Morant needs, scorch earth. Get away from the facility.
So, I just thought it took away and it put us in the wrong light.
Yeah, absolutely. On the Cleveland, though. On the Cleveland.
So let's talk that real quick before we get to the other games. Pacers in Cleveland. Hey, I got Pacers in 7.
Gonna be tough, man. I think the Pacers need to steal. Definitely, obviously, they need to steal one in Cleveland. I don't know if necessarily. I know somebody's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" I don't think they necessarily had the basketball mojo to go into Cleveland game 1 to steal one.
They've done it before.
Yeah. I think this is where they when you look at it, it's on the tell the tape. Cleveland's got enough guns, offense, to kind of equal what the Pacers got, but like nah, man. But I think the way the style of play the Pacers play, and the way the Pacers, I know, believe it or not, play defense, I think it favors, if offenses, if this is the league is going to offense, the offense favors the Pacers, man. Brandon, I don't like 7-game series. That kind of favors the home team. I think the Pacers in 6.
Yeah, I got them in 7, but this Cleveland don't scare me. This roster don't scare me. Ty Jerome, he don't scare me. Sam Merrill don't scare me. Max Strus don't scare me, but he can get hot, kind of like Gary Trent Jr. did from 3. Donovan Mitchell, you got to find a way to contain him and Darius Garland. If you can do that, Jared Allen and Mobley, Miles, we need you to show up against Mobley here. This is a huge series for Miles Turner, just like last one was, that we need him to step up. And then they're going to either have a rematch against the Celtics, or they could be playing the Knicks or Pistons. So, but I don't think it's crazy to say they can't win this series. I've got them in 7. You got them in 6. So I know the Pacers won the season series 3 games out of 4, but 2 of them were after Cleveland already wrapped up the 1 seed.
Yeah, I just like what the Pacers can throw at them exactly, from the guard position. Whether, it ain't going to just all be just Tyrese versus Spider Mitchell. We got, the homie Ben Mathurin, that they got to contend with. McConnell, who knows who's, I know he signed up last year, but who knows how long he's going to be here. McConnell, again, who likes to steal minutes from starters and whatnot. So I'm like, man, I just kind of like the backcourt matchup. I think it favors the Pacers.
Current odds right now for game 1 is going to be Sunday. Time has not been figured out yet because of these other games. If the Rockets and Warriors, I just saw it tonight, if the Rockets and Warriors go to a game 7, then the game is at 6 p.m. Sunday night. If there's no game 7 for Rockets and Warriors, then the Pacers-Cavs game will be at 8 p.m. Sunday night. So
either way, it's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday night's game 1. Spread right now is, I'd be interested to see your thoughts on this. Cleveland minus 7.5.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking Pacers plus 7.5 all day, maybe even money line. I think they can steal game 1. If there's ever a game you can steal in a series, it's game 1.
Game 1.
It's always
because Cleveland playing who they really. I'm not hating on Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero in the Miami Heat, but like they kind of like dead men walking. After game 1, so they really haven't been tested. They haven't been tested.
I like you said, dead man walking, because I want to talk last night's fiasco, the Los Angeles Lakers being eliminated by Ant-Man, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Rudy Gobert, who had a career night, looked like Hall of Fame, first ballot, unanimous type of game last night. Before I play that, I want to play a comment Brian Windhorst said regarding J.J. Redick coaching in a very immature way that was on this morning. So I want to play that clip quick.
Go ahead.
We're just going to make this real easy. This is about three things. One, as Mr. Wilbon said, it's a flawed roster. When they decided to rescind the Mark Williams trade back in February and they weren't going to have a starting center, they knew they were going to be in trouble. There was a pathway for them to play where they could really do some damage, but it was a narrow pathway, and they fell off of it pretty quickly. Secondly, and I don't mean this in a personal way, J.J. Redick coached very immaturely in this series. He was still seething and upset about the previous games to the point where Reggie Miller said on the broadcast last night he had to try to calm him down in the pregame meeting because JJ was acting, frankly, childishly. He walked off and stormed off in the pregame session with reporters. Regardless of the question, it's not the way to start. And then he not only did he double down on his, frankly, irrational not to substitute for an entire half in a playoff game. He doubled down on that. And then in this game, he played a guy who hadn't played in 3 months ahead of his roster. He played Maxi Kleber. He had never even practiced with the Lakers. Maxi Kleber's on the court with 5 minutes to go in like a 2-possession game. That is not a rational decision. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't even know if Mark Williams was on this team, whether JJ would have played him. And that's just not – I suspect in retrospect, JJ will realize he didn't put the Lakers in the best position to win. And then the third thing is the Lakers didn't get their best from their star players. Austin Reeves had a terrible series. Obviously, the Wolves has that. He just didn't deliver. He was great towards down the stretch of the season. He didn't deliver, period. Luka Doncic was 3 and he hurt his back in game 5. That's unfortunate. He obviously needs to get in better condition, but I will point out that this is a roster that he was on a roster that went to the finals last year in basically the same conditions. And then LeBron James, after playing really well in the middle of this series, he looked tired and old last night. He looked like a 40-year-old, especially down the stretch of this series.
100%.
And that's just the reality. For the Lakers to do anything, they needed all 3 of those guys to be great. None of them were.
What are the right things to say this morning?
So LeBron James, John, I'm getting feedback now on yours, I think.
Oh, I didn't touch anything.
I think it was when you went. Okay, maybe that's better. Anyways, no, I'm still getting the feedback of myself talking. So LeBron, he looked like he didn't want to be out there, John. Like he knew the team wasn't going to go far. And to be honest, Luka Doncic is the only person that kept that team in the running last night. Without Luka, even though LeBron, they made a run with LeBron on the bench there in the third quarter for the run, and it's just, I don't know if LeBron just said, hey, this team ain't got it. We don't got the pieces or what the deal. You got JJ afterwards saying he's urging the Lakers to get in, quote, championship shape. If that ain't a direct knock at Luka Doncic. And then the staggering stat, LeBron James is 2-12 in his last 14 playoff games.
It's hurtful. It hurts to see. It's hurtful to see iconic basketball players put up great stats and then ultimately lose. You know what I'm saying? He's top of the top. I remember Larry Bird last year's, you know what I'm saying, the Portland game. You know what I'm saying? He went out, hurt his, you know what I'm saying, he's on the sideline stretching and whatnot. But I think he scored like 50-something points, but hell, they still lost. You know what I'm saying? It's great Sunday, you know what I'm saying, atmosphere, man, but they still lost. Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter was younger, faster, stronger, and the Celtics was, Larry still got it, but, like, that's all they had. So, you know what I'm saying? Look, it's clearly not LeBron James. LeBron James is incredible. Like, what he does, you know what I'm saying, throughout the regular seasons and stat-wise and whatnot. But, you know what I'm saying, you can't hide yourself. Or, you know what I'm saying, there's nobody to chump.
John, in the past, he was a lot more physical. He was a lot more demanding. He was very locked into series, as you could see that. In this series, he's joking around with people. Like, when you're down, you don't get it. To me, that says, hey, we ain't got the horses this year.
Well,
Once
he,
you
dude,
can't
well, he got to know. He has to know that he ain't. He's still what you know. What I'm saying, you know. What I'm saying, graded by how many championships he got. That's what he's. I mean,
$56 million option next year.
whether he's you know saying compared to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, he's playing in a Laker uniform. That team expects championships.
So
When
Rob
you look
Pelinka,
at hold on, but when you look at Rob Pelinka, so when again you gotta kind of also understand that you are married to Luka Doncic, and you know what I'm saying, you gotta find him some money to pay or whatever, extending whatever, because you're not gonna trade that out. You know what I'm saying? I mean the Mark Williams, you know what I'm saying, trade fails. It was buggy to me, dog. So you had all world, you know what I'm saying, NCAA player, Dalton Connect, who was involved in the trade, but you didn't have a secondary trade. You didn't have a secondary, like, you know what I'm saying, but Brandon, some of these other pieces, man, that either through contractually like re-upped with him, Jackson Hayes, I wouldn't have on my volleyball. Yeah, I have him on my volleyball team. I have Jackson Hayes on my volleyball team, but like
McDaniels they drafted 3 years ago, and they let him go.
He didn't look like Jackson Hayes didn't look like a basketball player. Cam Reddish lost the sense of Duke. You know what I'm saying? The other guy they got from Miami, like they should have left in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So Vando, like, and Austin Reeves last night was missing layups. These dudes are 6'7" or better. They were missing layups, right? So you get a lot of finger pointing around you can kind of go to, especially, you know what I'm saying, in an elimination game. You know what I'm saying? You would want, you know what I'm saying, the best efforts out of everybody, and everybody just looked real sloppy. Everybody looked real sloppy last night, and Rudy Gobert looked like primetime David. He looked like David Robinson last night. So, you know what I'm saying, all moved the Timberwolves.
Rui Hachimura, 39 minutes. LeBron, 40. Luka, 40. Reeves, 41. 3 guys on the bench. Gabe Vincent, 26. Shot 2 threes late. That's who you want to go to is Gabe Vincent?
Gabe Vincent.
I mean, it's and you got Jared Vanderbilt. Like I said, they let McDaniels go over to Minnesota. Jaden McDaniels, you know, and he's killed him out there.
He's killing him. Well, so there was a lot of revenge game last night, especially with the homie who got caught up in the trade when Anthony Davis, you know, entered to the Lakers, and you know he had to make his exit.
I know we have the Slim Reaper with Kevin Durant. I know we had the Slim Reaper with Kevin Durant, but there's a new Reaper in town, and that is Anthony Edwards. He is slaying them all. Jokic, see ya. Durant, see ya. LeBron, see ya. Next up could be Steph Curry and them.
Stop it. I hope got enough for Jimmy Butler be good by then. Jimmy Butler at least be 90% by then.
I got Anthony Edwards as one of the top 3 NBA players right now in the league.
You said top 3?
Top 3.
You don't have him over Tatum, do you? No way, no sir. Hey, Brandon,
no.
Look at here. You don't have him over Jaylen Brown, do you?
100%.
No, sir.
Stop it.
I'm dead serious.
Anthony Edwards means more to Minnesota than Jaylen Brown does to the Celtics.
Brandon Rick, that's a different conversation. I'm just telling you who's better.
I'm just telling you, MVP votes come out. Anthony Edwards is going to have more votes than Jaylen Brown.
He would. If you took Jaylen Brown off the Celtics and put him with the Timberwolves, it'd be the same thing.
Stop it. It was a sympathy MVP award last year for Jaylen Brown. He didn't even expect to get it. But no, Anthony Edwards, that's the new face of the NBA. The dude is balling. He backs up his trash talk. He was talking in the streets of LA last night. So I love it.
Be careful.
And I love how he kind of went at him, and he's done it. And next up, Steph. And I don't know if you've seen last year and then this year when he had the series last year with the Warriors. And then this year, when he's been fighting with the Warriors, it's going at it with Draymond Green. So I want the Warriors to win this so we can go ahead and get this series ready. So
get this started. So let's take a look a little bit further down the lane. I don't think the Minnesota Timberwolves, even if they with all these, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, notches on their belt, I don't think they can beat the top 3 teams in the East. Not one of them. No, they can't beat the Celtics. They couldn't beat the Cavaliers. Definitely couldn't beat the Pacers.
Well, Pacers aren't a top 3 team.
As far as these playoffs are concerned, the Pacers are a top 3 team.
Oh, they're the fourth seed.
The Knicks. I get what you're saying. The Knicks is getting ready to choke. The Knicks are getting ready to choke tonight.
Well, they ain't choking right now.
Well, give them a chance. Give them some minutes.
But I mean, yeah, but I don't think Minnesota would. But I mean, it's like I said, I had Celtics winning the title this year. I think they're going to repeat again. I think that team just can't be beat. So, matchups right now, we got Oklahoma City. They're going to take on the winner, Denver and the Clippers. Denver Clippers is tonight as well.
Yeah.
And then Golden State versus Minnesota. Then we got Cavs Pacers and the Celtics versus the Knicks and Detroit winner. Knicks are up by 10 right now with 3 minutes to go in the first. So yeah, great basketball. Looking forward to it. Pacers can't wait. Games 3 and 4 and 6, if necessary, will be all here in Indianapolis. Well, Reggie says, Washington. I'm just going off the seeding. John said the top 3 teams in the East. Well, the top 3 teams by seed.
I'm not talking about the seed. I'm talking about who's better.
I'm not saying we're not better, but I'm just going off of that. I mean, we are what our record is. So, and it probably was easier to play the Bucks than it would be the Pistons. Because I said I wouldn't mind being the, going up to be the 3 seed, and you said no, stay at the 4. That way you play Milwaukee, you don't have to worry about Detroit.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is having the resurgence, man. Cade Cunningham is kind of finding his legs. They even letting the rookie play, which is getting minutes, man. The defensive rookie, I don't know how his name. Shame on me. I got so many notes that don't make no sense. But man, Detroit's playing out of their mind, man. 10-point lead. A 10-point lead don't mean nothing unless it's 1 minute left. 1 minute left. So I like Detroit to kind of come back. This is loud. I like Detroit to come back.
Well, Reggie says the contenders are Oklahoma City, Boston, Cavs, and Pacers.
Does anybody take? I mean, I know Oklahoma's they just kind of chilling right now, right? They're just kind of waiting on their next opponent, but I don't know, man. Did they really get a test with Ja? Did they get a push with Memphis? No, they didn't, man. So we ain't really seen them go through a fire yet.
They had the gun.
Grenade.
Shot at him.
Grenade.
Oh,
grenade. He ran out of there. He didn't want to have no camera on him at all.
No, he don't want that smoke.
Shout out to John.
Different when you win, right? Must be different when you win.
Different when you win.
Lose visibility, as Giannis would say, right? But I
tell you what, bro. Before we shift gears, man. If I know there's a lot of great anticipation with Cooper Flagg, coming in from the college ranks, and there's some other guys. Them other guys kind of come in. Ace Bailey kind of comes in that name as well. But and I know, and we also know that Kevin Durant is on his way out of Phoenix as well. But I'm going to tell you, if Giannis comes out of gone fishing, vacation time, and in 2 weeks' time says, hey, I don't want to play here anymore, all these other moves that I just said become secondary. They like Cooper Flagg, good luck. Man, they brought the Brooklyn Nets to trade every piece they got and they draft picks to get Giannis. He
was spotted in Brooklyn today, actually with his wife and his mom and their kid on the street. Somebody took a video of it.
And kind of watching the maturation of Giannis. You get it. They won in 2021. He ain't so humble that he ain't gonna necessarily remind you that he is a champion. He told the Pacers, I'm the champion. They have something they haven't experienced yet, right? But he also, approaches the game, his job and his livelihood with some seriousness is kind of what you want out of a superstar. He probably I get it. Like I said, in 2 weeks, I just kind of want to randomly kind of talk about it. In 2 weeks' time, he come up and say, I want to play anywhere else but the Milwaukee Bucks. I can guarantee you he won't be playing for the Pacers. I guarantee you.
He's about to be on the pedestal that I've already put one gentleman that said he might be on the Durant pedestal very soon.
He ain't in that category, Brent. I'm telling you that right now. He's still young enough and able-bodied enough, man. Okay. He ain't in that category just yet.
Not yet. Couple of years. If he stays in Milwaukee, will be.
If he stays in Milwaukee, because they don't necessarily have.
Dude, that team's dead. The team's dead.
Man.
They're dead. I'm sorry, Milwaukee fans. That team is not coming back next year.
They don't necessarily have like Pat Connaughton is walking through that door, and that's unfortunate because Pat Connaughton, you need Drew Holiday to walk through that door, and not Pat Connaughton. You know what I'm saying? They kind of the best thing they kind of would need to do, because they messed up their team, fired the coach, traded Drew Holiday, traded Middleton overpaid, and then you traded and made another bad trade. You brought in Kyle Kuzma. There was no other trade out there. You know what I'm saying?
If they have next season, don't just on opening night. Don't even go. Just pop in your DVD, 2021 NBA Champion DVD, and just watch that, because that's going to be a hell of a lot better than what the hell you're going to see next year.
But the best thing for them to do from a business standpoint would just be to trade their superstar, which I can say you can get 4 or 5 draft picks, you know what I'm saying, lottery picks from, you know what I'm saying, Cooper Flagg, Carlos Boozer Jr., you know what I'm saying, Bison, I was gonna say Bison Daly, shout out, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace. But like, nah, what's the homie, what's the Bron James other son name?
Bryce.
He's gonna be Bryce James, man. This is what you'll get if Giannis is. It'd be a buck.
Might be a bull.
Move over, Jordan statue.
Your thought, LeBron. LeBron said on his future, I don't have the answer. Obviously, I think he'll come back for another year. I don't think he's going to try to end that way, but you can only have some first round exits like this.
Where right. Go out on top, Grant. Go out on how people remembered you. You know what I'm saying? So, does he stay there, or does he go another place? You don't want to get into that team hopping crap either. That narrative that he kind of should. No, the Lakers is attractive territory. I don't think Rob Pelinka is as good as the homie though. Is building rosters. Brad Stevens. And that's what LeBron James kind of needs. You need somebody that's okay. Luka Doncic is terrible in this scenario. Like, what can we do? What kind of players? Like, so like you. That's what kind of roster building he's up against, man. Somebody like that. That's a championship level roster. I would also say championship level. As much as I just kind of pissed on Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a championship roster. I just say they didn't get tested properly, but that's a championship roster. They have, meaning Brandon, they have lottery picks that they even already vetted out. Whoever said they stink, they didn't got rid of, and whoever they didn't said they can play, they didn't retain. So, I that's what the homies kind of shoot. Even here the Pacers, like I would say our depth is definitely quality better than the Lakers. So I don't know. That's what Rob Pelinka's up against, man. Like, what are you gonna do? Yes, you have 2, you know what I'm saying, polarizing all-stars at this point, but like, you know what I'm saying, what can you put around that, and how can you spend your free agent dollars in the right way? So that remains to be seen. Brandon, it's still weird Dollar Connect didn't play though. That's weird. You needed points, and you was playing small ball. You didn't play Dollar Connect. It's weird to me, but I wasn't in the press conference.
JJ ain't the guy for there.
I mean, you don't ever talk down on the Duke players in front of the people, not family, man. You let North Carolina have them problems, man.
Tell me about that, man. We talked about, me and you talked off the air about the North Carolina problems with Rashad McCants.
Right. Me and Brandon don't really like talking about other people's shows, man. But like Rashad McCants, anybody remember him at North Carolina? I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like a blink in the eye. You know what I'm saying? I remember Ed Cota and Raymond Felton. And Big May, Sean May, and you know what I'm saying, even if you want to go back to like the James Worthy and Rasheed Wallace of the world, like I know I'm dancing around a whole lot of areas here, but like McCants really like talks like it wasn't that deal at North Carolina. Like year over year, like he was better than Jerry Stackhouse, like he was better than Vince Carter. I'm like, wait a minute, man.
Better than Michael Jordan.
He said something weird. His math was off. It was worse than Scott Steiner math. So I guess it was on one good night he was playing for Sacramento Kings or whoever the hell he played for. He scored 15 in a quarter, and he thought that 15 could have got that. He said he got that easy. He said he said he literally could have got 81 points. I was like, dude, you got 15. How do you get to 81 just because you think that was easy, man? So I don't know, man. But McCants has kind of he blasted his time at the university. He blasted the coach, Roy Williamson, to which like very few of those guys in that program, like you'll find some folks that, you know what I'm saying, take some off callers, you know what I'm saying, off press conference about Bob Knight for sure. And it's actually tape. out there Bob Knight, you know what I'm saying, kind of, you know what I'm saying, making some poor judgments, right? But like as far as North Carolina is concerned, like usually, man, everybody says that we love Dean Smith, we respect Coach Roy, and that's not as much as, you know what I'm saying, the love is not there, it's the respect factor. And like, you know what I'm saying, the blue is the blue. And it's kind of weird, man. I know me and Brandon kind of joke about it. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, like I said, man.
The brotherhood, baby.
They have a brotherhood, whether it's Michael Jordan, James Worthy, or like I said, Wall Stackhouse, or any of those guys, man. So they all kind of like look out for one another. They all kind of, it's like a fraternity, right? So for them to kind of have a war to war, so well, it kind of, like I said, it kind of started with McCants like running down.
Get the clips. Let me play these clips.
Yeah. He ran down the university. And Roy
so
Williams.
This one was back. This was one of them.
Studied with the great nigga. So he.
Oh, here we go.
Bro, I know this game to the T. And I studied with the great nigga. So he told me how to be the great nigga without having to say a fucking word. Nigga, get these numbers every quarter. No threes, no free throws. You guarantee 8 points. Now then you put that in, you say, I can get 81. if I factor this in, I got 15 in the first. That was easy. Wasn't doing nothing. It was easy. I was just,
what 81 you talking about?
Kobe's 81.
Boy, it's out the mud. We got Rashad McCown.
Kobe's 81.
Kobe's 81. We
Kobe's 81.
So we got that one. And then we had.
Because today, when you go to Carolina, bro, and you did something, you won a championship with a group of guys, they remember every single player from 2005. They still remember your stupid ass. But you know what they say when they say, Rashad McCants, can't stand that motherfucker. Guess what? I can't either. I think you're a hoe. I think you're stupid as hell. I think you're a coward. Because at the end of the day, for you to go to, if you never went to Carolina to try to mend your relationship, I would have been like, cool, he just got a beef with Carolina. They ain't got nothing. But you trying to, and I bet you didn't tell anybody you did. And I think that shit corny as fuck. And you calling out teammates that's, how the hell does Marvin Williams not like you? Marvin Williams is one of the best guys I've ever met in my life. And you talk shit about Sean May, one of the nicest dudes ever. Don't have beef with nobody. And you an asshole, bruh. And you just don't take no responsibility for nothing. I don't give a fuck I wasn't on your team. But for you to disrespect guys that I fuck with and that I talk to, I take offense to that. And then you talk about my coach. Plantation? What the fuck are you talking
The Antonio Brown of the NBA.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
They started talking about the crown.
I think the crown is cutting off your circum. Any nigga who wear a crown in public. You're wearing a crown in public, nigga. You look stupid. They're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you.
So we'll stop it there. But woo! Your thoughts, JB?
Yeah, man. I try not to watch Gilbert Arenas' show because it's lowbrow, man. They have no respect for the past. They barely got respect for each of one another. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with you.
I was going to say, do they respect each other?
And then when you have this fool talk about, I can get that without free throws and threes. Like, it's going to be hard to get to 81 without free throws, threes, champ. So I get he probably went back to North Carolina and say, could he get, you know what I'm saying, could he come back to school, man? Because his math is way off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you know what I mean? So it's ironic that you know what I'm saying, I missed that in the first time I heard that McCants went back to try to mend the fence, because again, if you can get more media accessibility to North Carolina, you can sell more, you know what I'm saying, whatever y'all trying to sell on YouTube, or he could technically branch off on his own. You know what I'm saying? So no, man, McCants always got an excuse. Again, Brandon, he did a dip in the NBA. Like, I couldn't, like, second rounder? I can't even remember, man. So, like, nah, man, these dudes, like, I don't take it for sure. But like, people dip into it because, you know what I'm saying, guys kind of run down each other or whatever, or run down their former program or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad
it was entertaining for me.
His Steiner math version, because ironically, John, on this very day, May 1st, 2008, was when we got the Steiner math. How ironic is that? So I got to play the clip because we've got it here.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 and a third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 and a third chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning if we used to go one-on-one and then add 66 and 2/3%. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the
numbers don't lie, and that's what even old boy Steiner said this past week on his promo.
They should give him. He should do that again. They should pay him $3 million to do that again.
Did you see him do his promo with McAfee?
No, I missed it.
The other Stein, I can't even think of his name. Bronson.
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. He did a promo, and they got a good nice pop when he did the. He was talking about he did his own Steiner math for the Fatal 4-Way at the Intercontinental title. It was funny. He kind of did it as an ode to his uncle. But
I'll check it out.
I mean, we didn't talk about it. We talked about it Sunday, but the wrestling event I went to, Square Circle Expo, Scott Steiner told me, "Hey, buddy, no videos. Shut me down.
No videos.
No videos, bud." All right, Scott, no videos from me. But hey, met Bret Hart, got the autograph, got the. Let me get out of the way. There's the picture on the wall, autograph and all. I can't see it with the reflection, but Bret and Piper, WrestleMania 8, Hoosier Dome.
Who do you think Bret Hart's? What was your? I mean, I know you asked him a whole lot of questions. Anybody want to peep out that interview? You know what I'm saying? Definitely check out for last week's man book. Give me your top 3 Bret Hart opponents that you really like. Hey man, I'm like, dude, I know it's gonna be a great one.
Steve Austin.
Oh, absolutely. They had a great program.
Shawn Michaels. The 7 or 8 times they fought against each other.
Right.
And probably Kurt Hennig.
Okay. That's probably his
They
top 3.
fought more than Piper and Hart did, but I think him and Hennig fought like 3 times. So, but those were good. Owen Hart would be a 4th. I think the feud they had in '94, WrestleMania and SummerSlam, the cage match. Cage match was all right. Didn't really do enough for me, but yeah, I think it would be those. He had a good match against Undertaker as well. A couple of them against the Undertaker, but yeah, Steve Austin I think was his best program. And when I asked him who he could have a program with that he's never had one with, who would it be? He said Rey Mysterio, and that was the question you asked me to ask him. So,
Prime Rey Mysterio, Prime Hitman. That's probably tear down for real.
It's probably a good thing he didn't hear me say that I thought Rey Mysterio was overrated. So,
stop it. Come on, man. You know the Rey Mysterio overrated. That lawn dart moment, Kevin Nash lawn dart that dude. That was right there, Hall of Fame worthy right there.
Right. There was a great. I gotta find it. We'll keep talking. So there was a great post by a buddy of mine, the Kyle Wells Mania podcast. Give me 1 second here. I'm bringing it up.
Pull it up.
Think about it. The question, and it was a very good question for people. It's a 7 wrestlers theory. So, and I gave him my answers on there, but quote, 1, who's the one that made you fall in love with wrestling?
Oh, here locally Dick the Bruiser.
That made you fall in love with wrestling?
Here locally Dick the Bruiser. Oh, absolutely. He wow. Crazy.
Who's your newest favorite wrestler?
Who I would like if I was really had time for. I ain't got time. I'm stuck on the portal, brother. But like, Who would I would really like delve into if I was really watching wrestling? Oh man, you didn't put me on the spot, Brandon. Man, the one lady. Oh my goodness, I don't not Jade, the other one. Bianca for sure.
Okay.
Just because she's more. I mean, obviously attractive, but like she really does put in. You know what I'm saying? Match time. You know what I'm saying? Into psychology and whatnot. What's the I always love Finn Balor, but again, you know, so he's kind of pushed to the side or whatnot.
He's not the favorite. He's not the newest. He's not newest favorite.
Yeah, you told like somebody new. Oh my goodness, I can't really think about it right now, Brandon. I watched WrestleMania. Shame on me, y'all. I gave it a C+. I know everybody gave it a D or F, but like no, man.
Because next question. Maybe these would be easier.
Go ahead.
Who's the one that always makes you smile?
Man, definitely Ric Flair. Just as you know what I'm saying, that thankfully he's alive, right? But definitely Ric Flair for sure.
Who is your comfort wrestler?
Yo, whoa. Hey man.
Would it be Sting?
No, it's funny. What was I watching today? No, man. Probably Jim Cornette. And anything Jim Cornette program wise, with the Midnight Express or Bobby, you know what I'm saying? Anything like, yeah, man.
The one you miss the most.
Ooh, man, the wrestler I miss the most. Man, I know somebody's long gone. But so many is long gone, man. I don't want to say a name, Brandon.
7 theory question.
I don't want to say a name and be like, damn. And be like, dude, like I can't remember that I didn't say that guy. But Pillman was wild. Oh my God, Pillman was a
first one that comes off the top of your head.
So I'll say Brian Pillman, man, for sure.
The one you'd protect with your whole life.
The Stinger.
Okay.
The Stinger.
The last one. Oh, no, go ahead. You want to evaluate on that one?
Huh? No, don't put, nah, man. The man called Sting. Don't put. He gonna save us anyway.
And the one you're rooting for most.
The run I'm rooting for most, either past or present.
Not the run, the one you're rooting for most. Which wrestler are you rooting for right now the most?
Oh, against another hard one, man. I'm gonna go with the Werewolf, man, because that can't be his final boss. The Werewolf cannot be his final boss, man. Like his final, like he's gonna come with a different. I'm rooting for the Werewolf though.
Who the hell's the Werewolf?
The Werewolf cousin of The Rock and them.
Oh, Jacob Fatu.
Yes.
For me, I'll give you my answers. The one that made me fall in love with wrestling, Bret Hart.
There you go.
My newest favorite wrestler to watch, Carmelo Hayes. Dude's got some athletic talent in there. I really like his athleticism in there. The one that always makes me smile, R-Truth. R-Truth is hilarious. Anytime he's promos or in the ring, that's the guy that makes me smile always.
What's up? Right.
I had a great conversation with him here as well during the Rumble. He validated his vehicle with us, had a great talk. Very cool dude. So my comfort wrestler is Seth Rollins. He never has a bad match. And I just really enjoy watching his matches. The one I missed the most, Bray Wyatt. I think there was a lot more left in his tank that we didn't get to see creatively and such, and it sucks. That's the one I missed the most. The one I protect my whole life, Roman Reigns, my tribal chief.
Get out of Dodge.
That's my tribal chief. And then the one I'm rooting for the most, Sami Zayn. I want to see him have a big program run. I got to see him have one big title promo run at least.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But I saw that question, and Wells Mania was talking about it on their podcast, and it was Chris Van Vliet is the one that originally posted it. So, but also I didn't even get to tell you. I saw the veteran there.
Okay. Shout out to the Jack.
And then I saw our boys. At that point, though, I just got done meeting Bret Hart, and I was blanking on their names, so I didn't go up to them, and I feel horrible.
The Mafia? You met the
Mudflat Mafia was there.
Okay.
But they were talking to somebody else, but I was like, oh, my God, this is my time. And I was like, so Mudflat Mafia was there. They had the title belts with them. So, yeah, man.
Okay.
They had the whole shabot there.
Yeah, I've committed going next year for sure.
Good. You need to. It's a lot of fun there. Square Circle Expo 6 next year, about this time, down at the Wyndham Hotel. NFL wise, there was a lot of NFL prank draft calls this year. It seemed like with a lot of stuff. What's your thoughts on all that? And what can you do to stop it? Do you stop doing the phone calls? Maybe it's Zoom calls, or what do you do?
This guy, I guess it's got to get tighter around some of the procedures, man. I don't necessarily know how all the details on how the other prank phone. We know the kid got the phone numbers out of his dad's iPad or whatever. I don't know how everybody else. It's kind of that's kind of a strong deal too. I said it was going to be a confirmation. All right, man. I think it was going to be $100,000 that they had to pay, and the team got fined, man. So, be careful, man. I get it, man. I love me some crank yankers, man, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick and choose your battles on some of this stuff, man. If you know what I'm saying, especially when you're trying to go viral and be famous and all that, and make somebody else look bad. Be careful.
Quinn Ewers, Dolphins, 7th round. Any chance it sticks there in Miami with Quinn Ewers?
I'm rooting for Quinn Ewers. You talk about somebody, but they talk about somebody who holds the ball down too long. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's your guy right there. Can you take a beating, keep on ticking, but you know what I'm saying, NFL, you can't take them beatings like you took in Texas, brother. So hopefully he learns how to you gotta get the ball out of there, man. And you know what I'm saying? You got the protection around you, let it go. So with Tua, not Tua, with the homie there, yeah, with Tua there, man, he probably gets around. We'll see what he can do though.
You've got the Cleveland Browns quarterback carousel. Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shador Sanders. Who stays? Who goes? Because you got to think they're only keeping what, 3 max?
3 at max.
Flacco's the odd man out, and probably Gabriel.
How much is it? I thought Deshaun Watson was coming back from injury though, right?
He is.
At some point, Cleveland Browns gonna have to look at that and like, dude, you can just eat that contract. Just eat the contract. Just cut ties, and it'll just be a better tomorrow for you. It's not like Deshaun Watson's. He might. I mean, even you know what I'm saying, Carson Wentz got picked up, and he couldn't play dead in the Undertaker movie. He couldn't play dead in the Undertaker movie. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Cleveland Browns just cut ties, man. And Brandon, right there, that's one of your quarterback problems right there. When you talk about the elder statesmen, like, dude, he gonna be the coach when they fire Stefanski. He gonna be the coach.
Yeah.
So there's your 3 quarterbacks right there. Oh, Brandon went off screen, y'all.
All right, dog was barking.
He got a package from Amazon.
Yeah. Curtis Rourke went to 7th round, went to the 49ers from IU.
I was kind of surprised, man. That's kind of a good spot. He probably if he can make it, it'd be.
He might be able to get in some reps over Purdy.
I don't know.
Graham Mertz went to the Texans. Riley Leonard went to the Colts locally here.
He's a practice player. I don't know.
Practice player there. Will Howard obviously went to the Steelers, so Steelers have Will Howard now in there. Could get some reps depending on what the situation arises with Aaron Rodgers this year. Kyle McCord then went to Philly. Jalen Milroe to the Seahawks in the 3rd round. Tyler Slaw went to the Saints in the 2nd round. I think that was the surprise pick. Everybody kind of thought, holy cow, that came early.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I wanted the Steelers to have, I think, is going to get good playing time, even though that depth chart right there is wild right now. Jackson Dart with the Giants. And then Cam Ward, obviously, with the Titans.
I don't know, man. Jackson Dart might get a nod ahead of Jameis Winston.
Russ.
I don't think James Winston is 2nd in the depth chart.
Was it? I didn't think I saw that. I mean, take a look again. I was just looking.
I thought famous Jameis signed with them.
He did sign with him. Doesn't mean he's on the depth chart ahead of him.
He's ahead of him. Dude, he's better than Jackson Dart. That man won our national championship. With Jackson Dart.
Russell, Winston, Dart, and Tommy DeVito.
DeVito will be playing for somebody else.
Damn. Hey, they did draft. The Giants did go out and get Cam Scatterbo to replace Saquon Barkley.
Man, that means Cam Scatterbo is going to be playing on a Super Bowl team, his next team.
Oh, I think he meant this. I thought you was talking about them making it to the Super Bowl. I was gonna say, okay.
Nah, he'll be playing on a Super Bowl team, his next team.
Gotcha. Quarterback right now, quarterback draft chart or depth chart for the Steelers: Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, Skylar Thompson.
Make up your mind, Aaron. Make up your mind, Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, Steelers did draft, or not draft, but they did pick up a free agency. Robert Woods, Bobby Trees is heading to Pittsburgh. See if he can revitalize that career a little bit. But defensively, they have T.J. Watt Jr. with I think it's Old Sawyer. I think he can be when Watt needs to take a breather, you just insert Sawyer and his high motor. I think that's a great pickup.
Metcalf, George Pickens.
Pickens ain't gonna be there, I don't think, by the time the trade deadline comes around.
They need to get throwing with Rodgers. That's what's going. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to happen, Brandon. They need to start throwing with Rodgers like 2 weeks from now.
Well, I don't know what time on, so that's what it is. Let's see. Anything else? Kentucky Derby is this weekend, John. Like I said, Kentucky Oaks is tomorrow evening, 5:51 p.m. I think Eastern time. It's supposed to be scattered rain and thunderstorms all weekend, so we'll see how muddy the course track is down there. But my horse, I have ownership shares in through the Commonwealth app, is Simply Joking. So she is coming out of the number 2 post tomorrow. Her odds initially started out 10-1. I think it's 30-1 now. So we went the wrong direction for the odds, but that just means I win a little bit more if she ends up winning the race. She's like 5th or 6th favorite for the race, so we'll see how she does for that. And then you got the Kentucky Derby, the big boy, on Saturday evening. Right now, your favorite is Journalism. There you go. Shout out to the sports media people. Journalism, and then Sovereignty, and then Sandman. Those are your top 3 right now. The favorite's Journalism. I'm not going to take him, even though he's the favorite. I like Sovereignty. I think Sovereignty is a fast horse, big horse. The races I've seen this one run, this horse is dominated. So Sovereignty right now is 10-1 odds. Probably going to move the second favorite or so I would think by Saturday morning. So I'm going to take Sovereignty, the number 18 horse, to win the Kentucky Derby. That's my official pick.
Number 18.
Number 18. Sovereignty.
Who wore number 18?
Peyton Manning.
You already know, man.
And then also, I think next year's Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, Arch Manning, I think.
He's speaking into existence. I hear you.
Hey, by the way, the Steelers did so. Jay Glazer and them did say that the Steelers were never, ever going to draft Sanders. That it was not on their board ever to draft, and that they were more focused, hey, let's get Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers are more concerned, and they're going in more with next year's draft class for quarterback, where they're going to go kind of all in. So some of the quarterbacks right now, John, Lenora Sellers from South Carolina, Arch Manning, obviously from Texas, Drew Aller from Penn State, Cade Klubnik from Clemson, and then Nico Limalahala or whatever from UCLA. Those kind of right now, unless there's somebody else that stars out this year going in. So that's kind of the draft. I'm not too sexy on it unless it's Arch.
It's not sexy. Klubnik, oh my God. He's long, you know what I'm saying? Can't deliver. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I need to see more tape. And I'm you know what I'm saying, the Clemson head here. I need to see more tape if you're talking about NFL. But there's definitely, you know what I'm saying, more quarterback names for next year. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, 100%. Anything else, John, before we go?
Nah, man, I think we had a super duper show, man. I know, you know what I'm saying, we missed out on a whole lot of Major League Baseball talk We'll talk a little bit more either this weekend or on next week's show. But I know there was a horrific little sight with the Cincinnati Reds with a fan and falling from the stands. Man, shame on me, Pirates. Shame on me. Shame on me. I got the right division, wrong team. Shame on me. Shame on me. But nah, man, don't watch it. But definitely, you know what I'm saying, pray for that fan, y'all. Pray for,
did he get? Do you think he got pushed, or he was just drunk and fell? I can't tell from watching the video. It's like the Angels in the outfield. An angel picked him up from the movie and tossed his ass over the top rope.
No, man, looked like he's might have had one too many bourbons, man. Ain't no telling.
Okay. All right. Like I said, conversation continues on Facebook, on Twitter. We'll be back either Sunday evening, maybe. Depends with the Pacers game and with work and all that stuff kind of going on. We'll see what time we can possibly come in. But conversation always is on Twitter, on Facebook. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. We'll see you guys all next week.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.